Greetings, fellow humans. 5:13 a.m. Central Standard Fake Time. Remember, if we didn't mess with the clocks. Let's try to abolish that. Let's try to abolish that between 2023 and 2024. Good morning. 5:13 a.m. Awake before the 6:07 alarm clock. 6 plus 7 is 13. And we're going to do a tubby time video this morning. I'm going to try not to reveal the giblets because it's going on YouTube, not on Pornhub, folks. Yeah. What an interesting day yesterday was. Made my way down to my makeshift office, which is the public library. Gosh, it was so nice that one librarian put out scotch tape and rubber bands and paper clips and next to the printer. And we have this scanning equipment, so I was able to scan these documents and actually right from the equipment, from the scanner. I believe I can even send it right to the printer, which is next to there, but I was able to email it directly to myself. So I did not have a thumb drive with me or a cable that would allow me to access the storage on my mobile device. So, yeah, probably not going to see me a whole lot in this morning's tubby time. I'm trying to keep it short. Angels go before us, angels come behind, angels above, angels below, angels to our left, angels to our right. We're safe and protected everywhere we go. Pay attention. We have our wits about us. And so I'm sitting in the library yesterday working on the two emails that I had to pop off yesterday, business emails. And all of a sudden some young man comes dancing around, just smiling at me. And does kind of like a flyby, drive-by, very energetic and smiling. And if it hadn't been for the energetic sort of kind of whiz when he came through, I wouldn't have even looked up because I was so intent on getting my work done. And he sits down at the PC across from me and proceeds to smile and then get up and walk over and say to me, "You are a handsome man. I love your long hair." I thought that I had stepped into an alternate reality. I just said, "Thank you." I met him in the moment. There was nothing to feel uncomfortable about. There was no reason to be uncomfortable. It was something that my heart has been pleading for the longest time, and there it was. And what was I going to do was the first question in my mind as I tried to continue to work. So he kept smiling at me, and I just said, I whipped open my notebook, tore out a page, and started to scribble my name and phone number. And I said, "You made my day, and for that I'm going to have to give you my phone number." He said, "Thank you." And I went back to work and tried to keep myself focused on what I was doing. But each time I looked up, he was smiling back over to me, and very interesting character, personality, less than half of my age, as it turns out. And he stole my heart. It was a little bit loud, listening to his music, I went around and put the chair next to him and sat down and said, "Hey, I want to talk with you." He told me his story. He was nearly killed. Someone tried to steal his phone at the Belmont train stop in one of the best neighborhoods in the city. Even though he lives in and grew up in an area that's not the worst part of town, but years ago was someplace that most of us would just simply avoid. And he's lived here in Rogers Park since he was born in 1997. What a character. So after the security woman harassed him, it's amazing how there's black on black harassment. If I had been that loud, or some Jewish lady in the library, it's always fucking loud, this woman never would have said a thing. But because it was a young black man, she politely threatened to make him leave if he didn't quiet down. So people bring their brats in this library, and they're twice as loud as this guy was. It's just, I've observed this and witnessed this so much, all these various forms of racism and discrimination. The real stuff, not the fake racism and the fake accusations of discrimination. This is real. And she thinks because she's got a job and she's got a wig on and her nails done that she's better than him because he had nappy, dry hair. But at least he was happy. And so I finished doing my work, and he said, "I sent you a text message." I said, "Well, my device is off right now because it needs to charge." But I said, "I'm putting my coat on. Are you ready to leave, brother?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Because I'm taking you for ice cream." And we walked for several blocks in the snow flurries yesterday. And he told me more, and I told him more about myself. We went in to see Kylie Marina, and he wanted cookie dough ice cream, so I bought him cookie dough ice cream, which he didn't even eat. And brought him back here, where he sat down on the sofa, plugged in his phone, and just was an absolute delight to have in my home. Didn't want anything, spoke to me with respect, said thank you for the tea and the chocolate and the berries and the ice cream that I offered to him. Basically ate nothing. Asked me if I had a sewing kit. He wanted to sew, wanted to fix the pocket on his coat. And then proceeded to tell me that I'm his type and he only goes after his type. He doesn't date black men. I said, "Oh, yeah, good for you. I have. It's a hot mess, usually, 9 times out of 10. And don't date fucked up white dudes from Massachusetts. Head cases who think they're entitled. Covert narcissists. Hiding cowards. Yeah. So then he bounces around between where he stays with his mother and a friend, and it's opposite sides of town, and someone that he's dating who's also an older gentleman. What I really, really loved about Leo, what I love about Leo, and Leo is going to stay in my life, is that he was brutally honest, and it did not hurt one bit. It is exactly what I've been talking about my entire life. Just speak your truth and let me decide for myself. Let me make my healthy judgment. He said, "I don't want to be in a relationship. I would like to have fun with you, but I'm going to see a guy that I've been liking for a little while, and he knows the deal. I'm young, and I want to have fun. I don't want to be tied down. I don't want a boyfriend. I've tried having a boyfriend. It doesn't work. Maybe later. But I'm going over to this other guy's house tonight. We've got plans. We're going to have sex." And I'm like, dude, you have got more man in your little finger than my ex had in his whole fucking body. And it was, and he spoke those words before he entered my home, and he was respectful and took his shoes off, unlike these bastards from the property management company when I asked them, either gave me attitude or refused to take their shoes off. So, very interesting how life can turn around in a day. I started the day with a meme from Frequency Healer 13 on Facebook. It warned, it said, get ready for a love that's coming into your world like you've never known before. And it may not be Leo, but God, I feel like that is like right on the doorstep. That is like right on the horizon. And Leo is like the appetizer before the meal. So, warmed my heart, made me cry last night, gave me hope, a hope that hasn't been with me for a long, long time. I've got a cool new friend. I told him, I was like, I'm down with everything, I'm cool with everything, we're fine, as long as you take care of yourself, I take care of myself. He says, I get tested every, I'm like, brother, yes. He said, I take a shower at least once a day, yes! That's why your hair is dry. He let me put coconut oil in his beautiful hair. He's got the most beautiful smile. Just naturally happy, even though the world has it all set against him. Finding his way. Mostly masculine, loves fast cars. That was so cool. Laid on my sofa, in his underwear, singing his favorite songs, with all the slang, and just stole my fucking heart. So, I don't need to have Leo, but I'll take a like that guy. And I told him, I said, I like that guy. Could you angels make him maybe 5'10", between 5'10" and 6'1", please? Leo's shorter than me. But I told him, I said, I thank God you're alive. And he said, I thank God you're alive. I said, wow. It was 9 months ago. They stabbed him on the train to take his phone. And he almost died. And this kid is happy, and I meet these people that got every part of their body working fine, yaks, and don't know how to generate any organic happiness from within. Have everything. Don't even have to pay rent. At 45, going on 46 years old, living in mommy's house. Can't manage the money. Don't take care of the possessions. Has an automobile, don't take care of it. What's wrong with you? Wrong with you? Ungrateful. Good riddance. So, let's see what today gives. I was wrong yesterday. I said Friday the 11th. It was Friday the 10th. It is Saturday the 11th. So Monday is going to be the 13th, my favorite day. And I think that I'm going to throw an impromptu party, and I'm going to put that out today. Just a happy 13th party. Kylie Marina, invite her friend Andy, maybe her Serbian boyfriend. I'll see if Leo wants to join us. You know, and this wouldn't have happened if I had been tempted to be a moth to the flame and go down to the other library branch because I was longing to see Tyson again. But I realized I made my moves and offered Tyson my phone number and offered to make dinner for him and had a very meaningful conversation with him to the point that his boss intervened, cock-blocked. I call it a special form of cock-blocking. It's called slim to none. She knew I had a slim chance of getting in Tyson's pants and she had none. Old maid. Hasn't seen a penis probably in 20 years. and only in her 40s. Homely looking woman too. Sad, right? Don't mean to make fun of folks, people, but you know what? Being bitter ain't gonna make you better. All you bitter betties out there, gonna call y'all out. Please be kind to pedestrians. Didn't have any incidents yesterday, but I didn't walk a whole lot yesterday because it was colder, windy, gloomy here. So, formulating some new ideas to draw in some micro income. Was blessed to have I have a payment coming of $5, and I'll be able to pay some small payments to my Google account and this, that, and the other, keep things going. Was blessed to receive a settlement payment out of the blue, that Facebook biometrics thing for the state of Illinois. I passed that out before the deadline for filing a claim to so many people here, and I don't think more than one of those people followed through on the claim application, but I did. And so this was a second payment, an unexpected second payment, and I had this bill due in order to keep my P.O. box, and I literally was 2 days away from losing my P.O. box. I had no idea where that money was coming from, but I got myself peaceful, and I said, somewhere, somehow, this is coming, and this will be cared for, and all I gotta do is just know that, and do my part to be alert and observant. And I just, something said check the email that afternoon on the 8th, and the bill was due by the 10th. I was like, holy shit. The bill was $30, the settlement payment was $30.61. So I got 61 cents sitting in the PayPal savings account, which is now paying 4% interest, folks. So I know that really doesn't help us when inflation is at 8%, but hey, I'll take whatever I can get in passive income. And I'm also looking into Treasury Direct. I'm not sure if it's the HH bond that's paying 6.892%. There was one that I was told a few months ago that was Susie Orman said was paying 10%, 10.62%. Now that would help us out. And that can be done electronically through the Treasury in increments of, I think she said the bonds non-tax season are $50 face value, and if you purchase the you're able to purchase it up to $10,000 annually in those bonds at 10% interest. That's unheard of in the last 20 years. You can purchase another $5,000 out of your tax refund. So if you're getting a tax refund, there is another schedule that you can add, and I believe my understanding was you could purchase with tax refund payments increments of $25 smaller. So, and the reason why you would purchase smaller ones is because as you sold them, as you wanted to withdraw your funds, either to use it for living expenses or to transfer into other savings or other investments as time goes by, to be able to take small parts is useful. So, but most of us don't have access to high yielding investments, so a yield of 10% or more with the flexibility of being able to withdraw within 6 months, or to leave it there and the interest rate is adjusted every 6 months in April and October. So I used to buy the old school savings bonds. It's gone out of style, it's gone out of fad, and I actually had some savings bonds when I was a young teenager into my early 20s that paid 7, 8, 9%. And very last certificate of deposit that I ever purchased was in 2005. Was in 1995. And it was a special that the bank was having, the bank that I had worked for, and it was deposit $7,000 and get 7.77% interest, and leave it in there for 7 years. It was a 7-year certificate of deposit, and I did that. I was not unable to leave that money in there for the full 7 years, and the interest penalty was only 1 month's interest. People misunderstand these penalties on withdrawing from certificates or from 401k plans. There's only so much of a penalty that they can charge you, and if you haven't accrued any interest on the device, on the instrument, then yeah, it could lead to a loss of part of your principal. But I had left the money in the certificate for more than 2 years when I decided that I needed a part of that, and cashed out the full $7,000. And yeah, I think whatever it came out to was 30 days of interest. So, and then used a portion of the money for whatever was the need at the time, and the rest was put into some other sort of savings instrument. All good, folks. Be a blessing, not a burden. Let's see what this day brings. 11 March 2023. Wow, we're 1/3 through March, folks. And finally got a message from the housing advocate letting me know that she's still looking for potential housing units for the 1st of April. And I'm adamant. I'm out of here on the 31st. Doesn't matter where I go. I gotta go back to sleeping by the church, then by all means, that's where I'm gonna go. But she made me a promise. She said, we're gonna find a cute place for you. And I said, could we make it, instead of cute, masculine? I would like a masculine place that meets my satisfaction. I would love to have some access to nature, maybe by the lake. I think I need some sort of letter of reference, and I put that out there because she has not accomplished this yet. But I think we're supposed to get a 50-degree day here coming up. I will take that day and I will go out and walk along the lake. There are many apartment buildings up here on the north and Rogers Park, and see if I can scope something out. So, all right, everybody, make it a wonderful day. It's your choice. Your choice. You can be bitter or you can be better. And Namaste. Avion-Marie signing off. Tummy time is commencing. I love you. Bye.